Hey guys, so it's been a while since I came on here, since I posted a video. I'm not the type of guy, I don't like to be on social media. I don't like none of those things. But I felt led to come on here and speak about some of the things that God showed me years ago that's now come to pass. Some of you guys that's here, some of you guys that's seen the older videos 3 to 5 years ago, there's going to be some things that I talk about, and the things that's going on right now with Russia and Ukraine, and the things that's going on behind closed doors, and talk about some things that's been going on with the finances and everything that's coming for the future. And so for the ones who seen the videos that I posted like 3 or 5 years ago, at the time I didn't understand what was really happening or what was really going on at that time. But now, since everything's come to pass, or the things that God showed me about the whole Russia thing, now I understand what's happening, and about that, and about finances and the future, and things to come. So there's a few things that I want to talk about, and it's starting with the whole Russia situation. So about 3 to 5 years ago, and you can go check on this channel, 3 to 5 years ago is when God was showing me in a vision, he was showing me in a dream about certain things about Russia, things that was happening with Russia. And at the time, I didn't fully understand what was going on. All I saw, although about 3 to 5 years ago, was I saw it was Russia, and I saw them getting a bunch of allies together to come against the United States. At that time, that's what I saw. And God was showing me this 3 to 5 years ago. And like I always said, it's a depth perception of time. So God will show you things, but you won't always know the timing of when it will happen, right? So God was showing me 3 to 5 years ago all these things that was happening with Russia behind the scenes, right? And so now we see all these things that's going on with Russia and Ukraine, and the things that's going on with Venezuela, Russia and Venezuela. They coming together. They coming together. Russia and Venezuela. And if you don't believe anything that I'm saying, you can go all the way. Look at my videos from 3 to 5 years ago. God was showing me this 3 to 5 years ago. Something was going on. Something was happening with Russia, but He didn't show me the time. He didn't show me the time, right? And 3 to 5 years ago, now all this stuff is happening with Russia, and they're getting close with China. God was showing me this stuff 3 to 5 years ago, but I didn't understand it at the time. But now I see, and like I said, you can go back 3 to 5 years ago on this channel. God was showing me visions and dreams of this stuff happening, and this stuff is coming to pass, right? And so, recently I've been seeing a lot of things with the whole financial market. And the world currency is crashing. I've never been one to invest. I've never been the type to do any type of investing or anything like that. I'm a simple guy. All I cared about was just making sure I had enough finances to take care of my family, and that's it. That's all I really cared about. So, God has led me to see his people see visions and have visions and dreams of certain cryptocurrencies, and this isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you to invest in anything. I'm not telling you what to do. You go and you pray about it, and you seek God for yourself. But I went and I've seen a lot of things. A few of God's people talk about certain cryptos that's going to explode in the future. It's going to go to certain lengths in the future. And like I said, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Like I said, you go and you pray and you do your own research about certain things. And so I've seen certain people talk about certain cryptos. And there's one major one, I would say it's a cryptocurrency called XRP. Specifically. XRP, like I said, I'm not telling anyone to invest in it. I'm not a financial advisor. But like I said, I've seen certain people and certain people of God, certain men and women of God have visions and dreams of this crypto in the future that's gonna hit. It's gonna be like a Microsoft type thing. It's gonna be like the new future of a world currency that's specifically called XRP. And like I said, I reiterate, I'm not telling nobody to invest in it. You go do your own research, and whatever you have to do, you pray to God, you seek God out for yourself about these things, right? And so like I'm the type of guy, I never knew nothing about investing. I never knew nothing about crypto. The only thing that I really knew was about Bitcoin, and that was already big. Bitcoin was already big. So I didn't know too much about anything about investing or anything like that until recently. And so me, with my relationship with God, I don't pray for materialistic things. I pray for wisdom. I pray for knowledge. I pray for Him to show me things about future events that's to come, and things that's happening in the world that's happening behind closed doors. I don't pray for finances. I don't pray for like that, like to get rich or anything like that. That's just not the type of things that I wanted. I wanted spiritual things. So recently, I had a vision and I had a dream, and this is not something that I prayed to God for. This is not something that I asked God to show me in any type of way. So I had this vision. I'm going to the vision now, and I'm sorry I'm jumping around because it's a lot of different topics. I hate jumping around, but when I'm led to speak about certain things, I just hop and just jump from one place. So I apologize for that. But anyway, I had this dream, right? And I was at this gate, and there was this big mansion, and it was it looked like the best way I can explain it, it was like a plantation, but it wasn't a plantation, right? And it was kind of like a modern mansion mixed with like an old school type mansion, right? And there was this he was like a bigger white guy an older guy, had to be in his 50s. An older white guy, you know, with a beard and everything. And you know, I was talking with this guy in a dream. And like I said, mind you, this is not something that I asked God for. I didn't go to sleep thinking about money. I didn't go to sleep thinking about something. Because when I go to sleep, I want my mind to be at peace. So usually when I go to sleep at night, I pray, and I go to sleep with a peaceful mind. And when I pray for certain things. Like I pray for wisdom, I pray for knowledge, I pray for those type of things. But anyway, back to the dream, back to the vision. So in the vision, I saw this, and in my spirit, I asked the God, how did you obtain such wealth like this? How did you obtain such wealth like this? And He told me he invested in things. He was an investor in things. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I told him, and the guy who owned this big house, this mansion, like this plantation type mansion, right? I spoke to him, and in my spirit, I said, hey, I invest too. I invest in something called, I said, do you know anything about XRP? And the guy in the vision, he giggled at me. He like giggled. And he said, you a millionaire. Well, you a millionaire. And this is what he told me in the vision, in this dream. He said, you a millionaire. And after that, it's like the dream, it just cut off. And like before it had cut off, me and the guy, we just started like walking, and we were just conversing. And mind you, like I said, I'm not telling you to invest in this. I'm not giving you no type of financial advice. I never knew nothing about cryptocurrency. I'm not an investor. I'm not telling you what to invest in. But in that specific dream, that's what the guy told me. And like I said, I've seen multiple prophecies about this. And like I said, this is not something that I prayed to God about. I didn't care about any of this stuff. All I care about is having enough to take care of my family. That's it. All right? But back to the things that's going on in the world with Russia, right? And so like I said, with the whole Russia thing, I posted this 3 to 5 years ago about something that was happening with Russia. And at the time, I didn't understand it. At the time, I didn't understand it. All I would see in my vision was Russia was trying to get like little allies that were smaller than them. Because they're a superpower. And all I seen was them. They were trying to get different allies. And now we know they're getting all buddy with North Korea, They're getting buddied with China and Venezuela. You guys can look this up. And
there's a lane closure ahead.
About any of these things, you can go and you can look up these things your own and see for yourself about in all these things that's happening and the things that God was showing me 3 to 5 years ago. I didn't understand it at the time, but now I see what God was showing me. He was showing me something about Russia. I didn't understand it at the time, but now it's come to pass of what He was showing me all those years ago. And like I said, God would show things. He would show things in part. He don't always show everything at a specific time. He don't always show things at a specific time. So, you know, like I said, I ask you guys to pray, to seek out God for yourself, and don't be blind in this end time. Don't be blind. Don't be out here blind. And there's a lot of evil that's going on in New York. It's a lot of evil that's going on in New York City with the mayor, this new mayor that's won. You know, I've been seeing things about this new mayor that's in, you know, and I've been hearing from other prophets of God about the people in New York that was asking for something and they got it, but it's not what they thought it was. I seen that it was a prophet who was saying that in New York, that was praying for something in New York City. They got what they asked for, but it's not what they thought it was in New York City. And there was going to be a lot of people in New York that was going to leave, and they was going to start going towards the south. A lot of people in New York was going to leave, and they would start going towards the south. And so I ask you guys to pray for New York, and pray just in general. Just to be prayer warriors in general. All right? So, you know, I thank you guys for whoever watched the video, for whoever see the video. You know, you like it, you share it. So don't let, you know, do what you can to wake up the people, so they don't be blind. Because a lot of the people in the so-claimed Christians, they blind. They really don't understand. They don't seek God. They don't pray. They don't spend time with God. They're so busy with life, and I understand it. You know, I have bills to pay. I have things that I have to do. But you gotta spend time with God. You have to pray and spend time with God, so you don't be ignorant and you don't be lost in these end times. Because things are gonna get worse from here. A lot of things are gonna get worse from here. All right. And so I just pray that you guys you share the video. You send it to people, so the believers won't be lost. They won't be left behind. They won't be ignorant to the things that's going on in the world. Right? So I love you guys. I pray for you guys, and you know I pray that you guys continue in the faith, continue walking. It's not an easy walk. It's a very difficult walk. I'm not going to sit up here and say walking with God is easy. If you decide to give your life to Jesus Christ, it's going to be the most difficult thing in your life. I kid you not, it's going to be the most difficult thing in your life if you decide to give your life to Jesus. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It wasn't easy for Jesus when He had to come and He had to suffer and He had to die for us. But He did what the Father told Him to do. So don't expect it to be easy. There's still going to be people that's going to be in poverty and live, that's going to be super poor. And, you know, the future is going to be rough for a lot of Christians and regular, ordinary folk. It's gonna be hard. Like in the future, it's gonna be a poverty like we've never seen in America. It's gonna be poverty like we've never seen before in America. It's gonna be poverty like we've never seen before in America. It's gonna be super bad. It's gonna be super duper bad. All right. And it's also gonna be certain people, like regular people, that now invest in things that's going to be for the future for the kingdom, to keep the kingdom moving forward, to keep the gospel spreading, to keep his buildings open. There's going to be a wealth transfer for people that invest in different type of cryptos and things like that. That's going to benefit the kingdom and that's going to keep the kingdom moving forward. So I pray for you guys. I love you guys. Stay prayed up. Stay in the faith. You know, keep your lamps full. Don't be lost. Don't be ignorant. Continue to pray. Continue to seek Jesus. Continue to seek the Lord. And don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant to the things that's going on in the world. Pray for, and listen, one thing about our president, Donald Trump, pray for him. Pray for him. I see a lot of people that claim they're Christians. They listen. And this is how I know people that say they claim that they're Christian. They're not really Christian. They're not true believers. They ignorant. They pray. They don't know anything about Trump. God is using Trump. Pray for President Donald Trump. Pray for him. Pray for his family. God is using that man for us, for the United States. He's using him. Pray for him. Pray for his family. There's a lot of people, a lot of so-called Christians that's ignorant. They don't know. I see it on a daily. They have no idea about the things that God, about God's, His will, and the thing that God's doing for our nation. Because listen, y'all, our nation is declining. Our nation is going on a downfall. The dollar is dying. And our nation is going on a downfall, quick and fast. But Trump, there's things in the spirit that Trump is doing to try to, and he's trying to maintain America, but America's going to fall financially. We're going to have a big fall in the financial system of the United States. It's going to be a big fall. So what Trump is doing in the spirit, he's delaying the inevitable. Our currency is going to fall. Our financial system is going to be bad. It's going to fall in the future. But what President Trump is doing, he's delaying the inevitable. And that's why people that don't have a relationship with God, they don't have a relationship with Jesus, they don't have a relationship with the Holy Spirit don't talk to them, the Holy Spirit don't communicate with them, the Holy Spirit don't give them visions, they don't give them dreams, they ignorant. They don't pray for these things, they ignorant. So pray for those people as well. They claim they're Christians. Pray for those people. And pray for President Trump. Because right now he's the things that Trump is doing, he's holding off the inevitable. Our economy is going to crash, y'all, and I'm telling you, it's going to be bad. The U.S. economy is going to crash, and it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen before. It's going to crash, and it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen before. Like nowadays, how we have the rich, we have the middle class, and we have the poor. In the future, it won't be a middle class no more. It's going to be the rich, it's going to be the poor, and it's going to be the super poor. This is what's coming, y'all. I'm telling you. Listen, share this video, share it, tell people, to all the believers and even the non-believers who don't believe in anything that I'm telling you. God, he's shown me things about Russia 3 to 5 years ago. I didn't understand it at the time, but you can go back on the channel and look at the visions and dreams that God was giving me about Russia. You can look at it. I'm not here to try to persuade anybody to believe me or anything. I'm not here for that. But for His believers, for the ones that know His voice, my sheep know my voice and they hear me and they follow me. A stranger they don't know, they won't follow. God's sheep, His true believers, the ones that truly know Him, they hear His voice and they know Him and they're going to follow Him. So I'm telling you guys to pray and, you know, to invest in things that's gonna help you financially in the future, because there's gonna be financial hard times like never before. I've seen from prophets of God. In the future, it's gonna be terrible. There won't be a such thing as middle class in the future. It's gonna be the rich, the poor, and the super poor. There won't be a such thing as middle class in the future. So I hope you guys, you pray about these things and you seek God, you seek the Holy Spirit, and you open up your mind. And you open up yourself to God, and you open up yourself to the Holy Spirit, that He may show you things and give you wisdom and give you knowledge of the end times. Because these times that we're living in, it's bad, and it's going to only get worse. All right? So I thank you guys for coming to see the video, who watched the video. It's gonna really help you and help your family in the future. If you take this information and you apply it and you share it with others. You take this information, you share it with others, you pray about it, subscribe to the channel, and just pray. You know? Just pray. That's all we can do is pray and seek the Lord's face day in, day out. I know we all have our daily duties, we all have our bills, we all have our responsibilities, but do not let your life be so consumed by responsibilities of this life. You know, find time, make time for God, make time for Him, seek His face, that He may show you these things, that you may see these things. I don't want to be ignorant. I don't want to be lost. I don't want to be ignorant to what's happening in the world. I don't want to be ignorant to the things that's going on in the world. I don't want to be like that. I don't want my life to be like that. But I understand the ones who's called, who's going to see these things, they're going to have backlash. It's going to be backlash against your family, your friends. They're not going to care about it. They're going to think you crazy. They're going to think you stupid. But in the future, they're going to see, they're going to understand everything that you was talking about. They're going to see it come to pass.
Welcome to Michigan.
So, I love you guys. You know, I pray for you guys. And I'll see you next time.